everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm actually going to be honoring 2020 graduates. Congratulations everyone. Specifically high school graduates. I know it's been a really rough year, especially the last half of the year where, you know, maybe prom was canceled, graduation got overlooked, but this video is in tribute to you guys. And for those that are going to college in the fall, I'm going to be making something with ramen noodles, which was a staple back in my day, so I don't think that has changed. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is another care package giveaway, because college students love their care packages. Although this isn't just for them, it could be for anybody, it could be for yourself. You can enter on behalf of somebody else, and I will have more details on that towards the end of the video, so keep watching. Before I get into the ingredient list, I do want to invite you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. This can really help me out so I can provide consistent content for you all. Today I'm going to be dressing up ramen noodles. So you know that seasoning packet that it comes with, you could throw that out because we're not going to use it at all. Okay, so on the plate in front is some extra firm tofu that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to get started on this first because I want it to marinate. And to this, I'll be adding some garlic powder, honey, sesame oil, soy sauce, rice wine vinegar. I'm also going to be using some chili garlic paste, as well as sesame seeds and black pepper. Other items that I will be using in addition to the ramen is 1 large carrot, 1 zucchini, a bunch of scallions, and some chopped cilantro. So tofu does not taste like anything, and I want to marinate this. Okay, so to a measuring cup, I've already got in some seasoned rice wine vinegar. I put in some soy sauce, and I'm also going to put a little bit of honey, just for a little sweetness. I'm gonna do garlic powder, and you can put as much or as little as you'd like. You can do this to taste. I'm gonna add a little bit of sesame oil. Sesame oil is more of a condiment, but I do like the flavor that it offers. Then we're also gonna add some chili garlic paste. And I have another one, but I'm going to use this to start. And then I'm just going to whisk this all together. I'm also going to be making a dressing for my ramen noodles, so I'm just going to save this after I marinate my tofu. But I do want to get all of this over and let it sit while I get everything else started. I would say about at least 15-20 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna prepare the dressing. I put in a little bit of water. I will have measurements down in the description box. And since I've already finished the other bottle of soy sauce, I'm gonna use some tamari that I had in the cupboard, which is another form of soy sauce. This one is gluten-free, but you know, you can use what you like. I know that there's another like vegan option. You can use that if you have it. And then I'm going to use about half of my chopped scallion, and I'm going to add that in here. I'm going to do some rice wine vinegar. Say a couple of tablespoons, and then I'm gonna add some more sesame oil, and I'm gonna be doing sesame seeds. Now, if you had to pick between having sesame seeds or sesame oil, I would suggest sesame oil because you'll just get a lot more flavor with the oil versus the seeds. I mean, the seeds are nice to have, but if you can't find them or you don't have them, don't worry about it. And then I'm also going to use the rest of my chili garlic paste. This is optional. You don't have to use it if you don't like it or if you don't want it to be spicy. I'm going to use some black pepper. And then again, I'm just going to use a pinch of honey just to kind of mellow everything out in here. A pinch or a dash. You don't need very much at all. And then I'm going to get all this whisked together and let this sit. Now this is about half a cup of liquid. And this is going to dress everything at the end. I've got my water boiling, so I'm just going to drop my noodles in here and cook it for a few minutes. I believe it cooks in like 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is just get my vegetables chopped. So I'm going to chop my carrot, and I am going to do this on a diagonal because it does have a tendency to look a lot nicer. The carrot and the zucchini, along with some water chestnuts, I will be sauteing briefly or like stir frying in a pan. If the carrot gets a little unwieldy for you, you can go ahead and cut it in half and then slice it. And then same thing with the zucchini. You want to trim your ends off. And then I would go ahead, slice it in half lengthwise. And same thing, just cut it at a diagonal. Another vegetable, if you have it, you know, bell pepper would also work really nicely here. So if you don't have a zucchini but you have a bell pepper, or you know, you don't have a carrot and you have a bell pepper, it would also work quite nicely. And then to a nonstick pan, I added just a little bit of safflower oil, but you can also use vegetable oil if you'd like. I'm going to drop in my vegetables. So I have the carrot, the zucchini, and the water chestnuts. And you just want this to cook until they're crisp tender. The other thing that I've added was some black pepper and also just a light drizzle of soy sauce, but if you don't have that, you can use some chicken broth or chicken stock if you have it. To my noodles, so that they don't stick, I'm going to pour a little bit of the dressing, and they can also absorb the flavor since it's still hot. I just drained it, and I'm just going to toss this together. Again, this is so they don't stick. I've only used one package of the ramen noodles. However, you can, you know, do a second package or even a third if you're making a batch for like the next several days. And then once you have the vegetables done, just go ahead and put that over your noodles, and then you're going to cook your tofu in the same pan. So I'm not adding any additional oil to the pan. Whatever's there is there. But I am going to just lay this down and let it cook on both sides. I went ahead and turned the tofu over. I did add a little black pepper just so it had a little bit of color on it, and I had added whatever marinade that was on the plate to the pan. So then what I want to do, I added my green onion on here, and I'm going to slice my tofu into more bite-sized pieces. And I did already taste it, and the tofu is actually really good. You can cut it however big or small you want it, but you know, relatively bite size. And then the other thing that I have is some cilantro, whole leaves, and then the rest of my dressing. and then you're gonna toss that. I am gonna add some more sesame seeds, but that's just because I have it, you know. And this is a one dish meal because you do have, you know, your noodles, your protein source, your veggies. So this is the final product. It turned out very nicely. You can adjust the heat level. I don't think it's that spicy, but if you want to omit the chili completely, feel free to do that. The cilantro, I know some people aren't crazy about it, but to substitute, you can either try basil or even mint. And when you're cooking the vegetables, you want to cook them so that they're not flopping around. If you do, then they're overcooked. And I like to have vegetables that I can still kind of get a little bit of the crunch in them. So that's how I like to cook it. If you want to cook it further, you can, but I don't feel it's necessary for this dish. So this is my version of ramen noodles dressed up. So for the care package giveaway this time, you must reside in LA County or close to the vicinity of LA County. You have to like this video. You have to subscribe to my channel if you are not already. And you must comment below this video as well. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this will be going on until Memorial Day, so midnight of Memorial Day, which is May 25th. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will have a described recipe in the description box, so please feel free to check that out. And again, to the class of 2020, congratulations and best wishes. And if you don't know how to use chopsticks, you keep the bottom one steady and then you just move the top with your forefinger and your middle finger. Don't ask me how I know this. I have a Chinese aunt, so it's pretty easy. Here we go. So it's quite fun once you get the hang of it. You can always get the baby ones too.